So today we're going to start with the challenge lab 4, and in this lab we have opened the email right now, and let's see the task. So there are currently 3 tasks in this lab, like the other challenges also. There are only 3 tasks. So we will go to the proof of concept, and let's just check the environment variables what we have. So we have been granted the rights of RG1 resource group in this one, and we also have this storage account for us to use. So they have done these things. So let's start with our task 1, that is proof of concept. So we will go here, and if we read all this, so it's written that we have to build a proof of concept to classify text. So in this one we will have to create a proof of concept solution to recognize the location information and email addresses. So for that we have to create a new language service and name it this. So I will just copy this name and go to the resource, just copy this and go home and then search the resource, that is RG1. Now I will wait for this to complete, and I will go here. So after going to the resource group we have to go to create, and now we can search the resource that we have to create, that is the language service. So I will just search here language service and press enter. So after the search has loaded, you can see this language service. I will just create language service. So we can just continue, or if it wants something, so let's just go back. So it says custom question answering, use this feature. We don't want that, so we might need this one. So I will just click select, and I will just do continue. And in the resource group we have to do RG1, and in the name we can just copy paste it from the text that is given. And for the price tier, it says, does it mention anything about the price tier? So it says free, so we have to make it free, and existing storage, and then we can choose. So let's see what they have told us in this. So they haven't mentioned about anything else. So we have to use the existing storage that's written, and we have to use the North Europe Azure region. So we will keep that in mind. So I can just continue, and not able to get the details of the storage group. Let me just copy this from here and paste it here. No results were found. Alright, so we can just try to click next and create a review. Says validation failed. So in this one, oh, because the reason was East US, so let me just make it North Europe. So that's why the storage group wasn't identifying. So let me just check again. Oh, as you can see now it is there. So you have to change it to North Europe in the region. So that's how you can get the storage account to show up in this particular drop down. So let me just review again, and let's see if it's correct. So while it is loading, okay, it's okay, it says create. I will just click create, and it is slicing the deployment. So we just have to wait a bit. Let's see what else it says. So it says ensure the source code of the POC app connects with the appropriate model. That is new in the newly created resource. You can find the app in this one. So this is the proof of concept, right? Okay. Modify whichever version you prefer. You don't need to modify both the versions. So we just have to choose any one of that. I will just choose Python, and so that's it basically. So we will just go back to this place. Okay, it's in deployment. So let me just go to the VS Code. Let's just search VS Code on the from the start bar, and here we go. So let me just go back and go to the files, go to open folder. Now we have to go to POC as mentioned in the document, this one, and select the folder. Okay, no. Alright, so this is okay, this is loading. Okay, now you can choose any one of that, C# or Python. I will just choose Python for the sake of simplicity. So now there is an option to add the key and the endpoint. So I will, okay, so it's deploying right now, but there will be a key and an endpoint that will be generated. We just have to copy paste that. So let me refresh. Okay, it is deploying right now, and let's see if we have to make any changes in that. Alright, so replace the null. Okay, we have to replace the null here, and method for recognizing. Alright, recognize your text. Okay, so let me just copy paste it, and so we have to replace the null in this with a correct method to recognize the requested information. So first, let's okay, the deployment is complete. Now let's go to the, let's check the key and the endpoint. So let me just view deployment details. Alright, it's completed. And okay, let's go to resource group, and click lang, this one, the text analysis that we created. Now you can see manage keys option here, right? So we just have to click here and copy the key one and paste it here. Alright, back, and copy the endpoint, that is this one, and paste it. Alright, so now we have to replace the null with the appropriate command here. So here we can write the client dot recognize. You can also refer to the autocomplete underscore entity. Okay, so that's it. Let's try to run it. Okay, it says attribute error in this one. So when I'm running this, you might see this error, that is object has no attribute even after changing the null to recognize underscore entities. So what you have to do is go down and you see this line, right? Print and this one. So we can just comment it out. So it won't get the error this time because we are not calling this particular attribute, as it doesn't exist exist because of the attribute error command. So let me just check again. So as you can see, it's working now. So the error was coming because of this particular statement, as there was no attribute in that object. That's why it was coming. So I just you can just commit it out and run it. So that's it for the first task. And so there is a documentation also given here. So that was it. You just have to commit it out and just change null uh, to recognize underscore entities. So let's go back, and so we have done this. Now let's go back to the invoice validation. So this is the second task. In this we need to use this particular recognition name entity recognition NER. So we can go back to the resource that we created and go here, and okay, so it is deployed. Let's go to the resource group and go back here. So in this we can go to the language studio. So get started with language studio. So after it's loaded, let's sign in. And in this one we can choose this and resource type. Let me just check if they have given anything regarding this. So they haven't provided anything. I will go to language and resource name this one, and then here let's read it. So we have to extract information from some logs to validate the invoice system. So we need to upload the logs to the training model, and yeah, you must train after the. Alright, so we have to use this. So let's search NER if there is some NER thing in this one. So we can go here and check. Not here. Named, okay, this is custom. There's a custom one, and in this we have to train our own. So this is what they're talking about, because we have to label our own data, right? So we will just create a new project and click next, and yeah, so whatever they have mentioned, we have to do that. So the name should be web shop. So let me just copy paste it, and primary should be English. US, I think it's English US and not multilingual. Nope. And description should be like blank. You can give it blank. And the blob container, this one, and no, I need to label my yes, no, yes, so it will be no because I have to label them. And now we can just create the project. So here we go. So we have these. So let me just go here and check. So here we have to label accordingly. So as you can see, it's written the project must use two new entities, price and customer name, and we have to label accordingly. So let's skip this and just add two entities, price and customer name. So I can just label it and customer name this one. Next, labeling part can take a bit of time. Okay, it's not labeling closed. Oops. Okay, so I have to press it again. Alright, so let me just go back. After selecting it, I have to press the mouse again. Alright. Oh my. Okay. Anyways, and get this. Now we can continue with the price. Okay. Okay, I have to delete this one. Nope. I don't know how to delete that. The label. Anyways. So okay. And this. Great. It's creating two labels, you know. I'm sure that there might be a better way to do this, but for now it's like that. So yeah, so that's it. So I'm ready for training. Alright. Distribution. Okay, that's it. So we can save the labels. And now we can continue to training the job, training this job. So we can just go to training job and start a job, and then we can name our model. So the model name is I don't think they haven't mentioned a name for the model, so we can do model, or maybe just model train. And alright, so did this specify anything else? I don't think so. So it's doing this job right here. So it's in a queue right now. So after training the job, I think we have to deploy it. Okay, we just have to train the model so one of their developer can use it to in the verification process later on. You don't need to wait for the training to complete and start the next task. Okay, so we can start the next task. So chatbot backend. So in this we have to use the existing product definition of alright. So it says I have to use an existing project. So this is there's a project in the, let me check if there's a project. Let me go back. Okay, the project is not here, so let me go here and check the resource group. And okay, this is this, and alright, it says there. Okay, so we have to build a chatbot, and okay, so we have to go, there must be a chatbot section. So let me just duplicate this, or yeah, so let me just go back to the home page for Language Studio, and there might be a chatbot option somewhere in this. So summarize text, the summation, and okay, this one, custom answering. Let me check again. Yeah. We need you to build a language understanding solution. You need to create a new language understanding project. Okay, so language understanding project. So there's one right here, conversational language understanding, and there's no other thing. So let me just go here and create a new project, and project name, so they have a definition. Let me just go here and open this one. Maybe it's probably this one, right? Oh, it's in project. Okay, so go back and go to the project section. So the project section is this one, and this is a JSON, and it's given everything here. So there might be an option to use the JSON. Let me just check. Import. Okay, we have to import it. So let me just choose the file and go here, and in the projects, so we have this template that they already gave us, and type the name here. So in the name they suggested this one, so copy this one and paste it right here. So done. Alright, so we have to remove the white space, and then done, and that's it. And then what they have said, alright, use a standard training model, training more. So training, we have to just train it, I think, and just start a training job, and train a new model, my model. Alright, so at 85 and 15 percentage, so we have to make it 85 and 15. Okay, that's done. And configure the deployment of the, okay, so we have to use this name for the model, or is it the deployment? They have told us to use that name in the deployment. Anyways, I will use this name in the training job also. Okay, so it is also deploying. Okay, so let's start training more. I have done this, and now we have to wait for the training to complete, and then we can just do the deployment of model with the same name. So training completed, evaluation 0%. So let me go back to deployment, and will be an option soon. So after the deploying of our particular model, we will have to use the API endpoint of the deployed model and use it in the use it and run the Python version. So for the Python version, we have to go to the open folder, and there will be a CLU underscore POC. So we have to click here, and then there will be this one. It will open. So we will use again. We will be going to use the Python, and there will be a code base like this. So again, they told us to add something, which I already did. So there is a null thing right here. We have to add analysis underscore conversation, and then we also have to make we have to only filter the result which have a confidence score of above 80%. So I will also share the gist of this, my GitHub. Okay, this one I will share it in the YouTube, and you can just copy paste that. So right now we have to add all these things. So where we can get all these things is we can get it after the deployment is complete. So I think which is completed. Let me just go in the deploying a model. Okay, add deployment, and then in the deployment name we have to write the same name, and the model we just trained, this one, and deploy. So after the deployment is complete, we will get the all the environment variables. Alright, so let's wait. Okay, so here we go, and now I think it would okay. I think this is the URL, and okay, so it wants all these things. So this is the URL, and try out the SDK. If I click here, it will just redirect me to this page. So for that, it's saying go to keys and management. Let me just check if it's working or not. So I can just run, and okay, it's working. For the model, we have to click here, and so there is the deployment. There is a prediction URL, but what about the key and everything? Do we have to find the key in this particular mess? Anyways, I will just copy this one in the prediction endpoint. Okay, so maybe it goes here, and I think the endpoint is like till this. Okay, and the project name, what is the project name? This one. Deployment name is also the same, right? So I will just have to okay, it's same, and there is a key like this. Let me just copy this, and this one, and run. Resource not found. Oh my god. So I thought the endpoint was this, the whole thing, but after tweaking for 5 to 10 minutes, I don't know how long, we don't need all that. We just needed this substring of the whole endpoint. I don't know why it took so much time for me to figure out. So the thing is, what we have to do is whenever you done with the deployment, go to prediction URL. So the endpoint is you have to copy this, paste it, and delete all that stuff from here. So that will be your endpoints, and rest of the thing is same as mine. The key will be different. The key you can take from here, or if you don't want to take from there, you can go to product settings and you can take the key from this particular thing, or for the endpoint, I think you can also even go back to the resource group and take the key from there, because I think that's sorry, the endpoint from there, because I think that's the same endpoint, which I will confirm right now. It just took so long to figure it out. So the manage keys, I think it's the same. Yeah, the endpoint is same. So I just wasted 10 15 minutes to just figure this out. So that was the only problem, and rest you can see the query, send an email to Carol about tomorrow, it's working. So I can just run again to be sure, and that's it. Okay, I think that's it for the third task. And yep. Alright, submit assignment assessment. Alright, so I got 92%. So where did I miss? Oh, what? Everything is correct. Alright, so yeah, so that's it from our side. So I think most of the part in this lab was easy, except the labeling part, I think, because I mislabeled some of the stuff. That's why they deducted some of the marks. I think rest of the stuff we did correctly, except the labeling, because I was in haste to complete this lab. So yeah.